Hello, fellow radio fiends. I'm Brittany, and you're tuned into Senses on Adelaide. How's your Wednesday been? I think my day is going pretty well, going well with the week, and so glad to be back now. And Senses on Adelaide has taken a bit of a change up. I've been riding solo as Hayley is actually taking a trip over to India. The lucky thing, I'd love to go for a trip over there. She's going to go meet some locals who her family knows and meet some friends over there and do a bit of a trip, volunteering and checking out all the sites and eating yummy Indian food and local produce. And I think it will be an awesome experience for her, and I am very jealous sitting back here in Adelaide, but not to fret. We've had an awesome weekend just gone. The Australian Karting Championships were on at Monarto. Now, this isn't something that you'd have every weekend. It's not something that I've actually ever experienced before, but the karting championships are actually an Australia-wide event. So we had people from New South Wales, Queensland, all of those different states around the coast. WA tends to be excluded from it all because they're a bit further away, but we had some WA competitors out there this weekend and it was awesome. The racing was so high speed and it was incredible to watch. All the competitors started from age 7, which I thought was insane. I can't believe they've got the little tackers running around. Not only are they not allowed on the roads yet, they're sitting in these go-karts and going around the track. They're getting up to speeds of 80 to 90 k's per hour. And honestly, it was just inspiring watching them. I can't believe that they're so passionate. And so I guess it is really an awesome sport. Motorsport is something that can get people really involved, and although it's quite an expensive sport and something that you really have to be passionate about, the passion through the weekend was honestly not to spare. There were so many people running around. They've all got their tents set up and it was all around the track. So the circuit it took them about 40 seconds for the fast, more elite, the 6-speed gearbox go-karts. But otherwise, when they were starting off, the 7-year-olds would do it in about 52 seconds, which in the scheme of things is quite a bit longer. But if you're looking at it that's only around 10 seconds difference anyway. But yeah, that was an amazing weekend up there. And as well as that, we had the Clare Valley Gourmet Weekend. So the Clare Valley Gourmet Weekend actually started last year. So it was actually the first of its kind in South Australia and actually in the whole of Australia. So the Clare Valley sets up this weekend where 20 wineries get together and have their tastings, and you can sit around. They've got all the local produce, the local wine, obviously, from the wineries, and they've got live music and bands. So it was quite a big festival up there, and we've heard some really good feedback from it. So it'll be interesting to see. I'm sure it will be on next year if you missed out. So it's generally a gourmet weekend, always in May, at the start of May. So look out for it next year if you missed out. But tune in now. This is Hazley with Castle. You're listening to Senses on Adelaide. First up there, you heard Hazley with Castle, and just then was Left with Freedom. And gosh, it feels good to be back. Thank you for tuning in to me today. Now, Senses on Adelaide, I'm not sure how you know about us, or if you're listening online, or if you tuned in to Unicast Radio at the moment, but Senses on Adelaide is about showcasing South Australia and Adelaide. It's about going out there. We want to see what's new in Adelaide. We want to see what's old in Adelaide. We want to see what's just plodding along, taking its time. So we're about talking to businesses, we're talking to fashion experts, we're talking to musicians. We've got all different sorts of things. So as I mentioned before, we've gone out to the Australian Karting Championships over the weekend, and then there was the Clare Valley Gourmet weekend. So there's definitely a broad stretch of different topics that we cover and different experiences to see and do. So Senses on Adelaide wants to showcase how awesome Adelaide is, because people come here from Melbourne and Sydney and they go, oh, it's so small, what do you do? And there are some people in Adelaide who just don't know how much out there is. And so we've taken that on as Senses on Adelaide to talk to you and to show you what's there, so you can listen and you can look and you can see. So if you're listening on Unicast, we actually do have a website, which is sensesonadelaide.wordpress.com, and you can follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well at Senses on Adelaide. So you can always keep up with what we're doing online, keep up with what we're doing on Instagram, and yeah, it's just about showing how awesome Adelaide is. So I hope you can join us on our adventures through. And speaking of adventures, the cellar door sessions are coming up. So Porch Sessions have got their cellar door at, where is it? It is at Hitler and Yon. So that's up in Wollonga, and it's going to be on this Friday. So Luke Thompson from New Zealand and Alice Haddy from SA are both playing. So Hitler and Yon, I'm not sure if you've been there before, but it's a great venue. It's really cosy. It only fits about 50 people. So Hitler and Yon is quite small, but it's just what you want. It's the perfect little size for you all to squeeze in together and catch up with a couple of friends, sit there with your red wine and warm up in the 1860s style and built themed venue. So it'll be some raw acoustic live music on Friday. So starting at 7, the tunes, and pizza and wine from 5:30. So if you can't get down to that down there, you're going to have to check out the next one. So that's on June 3rd. But honestly, I think it's going to be a great Friday night. And just to give you a little bit of a taste, here's something from Alice Haddy. Now, this one is from the Sun Sessions. So she's done a cover of Gooey, which is their song Glass Animals. So have a listen to this and see what you think. How are you feeling after that one? I absolutely love Alice Haddy. She's an amazing guitarist and singer. She's really got that raw and crystal clear voice that just touches your inner senses. It gave me goosebumps listening to that, and she always does. But if you didn't catch it before, we're getting ready for the Cellar Door Sessions this Friday, hosted by the Porch Sessions, and that was Alice Haddy that you listened to. So it's down there at Hitler and Yon. Get onto it, get drinking some wine, get ready for some pizza, and it should be a great night. But keeping on the music vibe as well, if you can't head down to Wollonga on Friday night, definitely book out your Saturday afternoon and night, because we're keeping on the music vibe, and A Day of Clarity is returning this week. So on Saturday it showcases both local and interstate acts for a day of free music. So it's over the East End, and it includes locations such as the Crown and Anchor, the Exeter, the Beer Garden there, the Producers Bar and Rhino Room, and then Clarity Records itself. So Clarity Records have put on this day, it's the second year running, and there'll be about 40 acts on the 10 different stages across those venues. So Swamp Lung, Outright and the Lizards. So Hard-Ons are the headliners, but it seems like it's going to be an awesome day. So definitely, if you can't check it out on Friday night, head down there, or if you can, head to both. Definitely a good idea to get in and get as much music as you can. But stay tuned. This is Olympia with Smoke Signals. first up, you heard Olympia with Smoke Signals, and that was Our City just then, featuring Aloe Black with Verge. Now, we're back and you're listening to Senses on Adelaide, and I've got a special guest who's come in to join me in the studio. Liv, how are you going?
Good. How are you, Britt? Thanks for having me today.
No worries. Yeah, really good, thank you. Now, Liv's just coming in to have a chat. We've actually had a few experiences together over the time of Adelaide adventures and Adelaide outings. And in the theme, Little Miss Dive Shop is starting to say farewell. They are closing their doors for good, I reckon.
Yeah, or maybe they're bringing in a new theme.
I think that will probably be it. So, yeah, Liv and I went to the Crab Shack, didn't we?
Yeah, last hurrah at the Crab Shack.
But we didn't really make it in the door.
We didn't. The line was too long.
Yeah, I can't believe actually how many people turned out. On the Facebook event, there was like 3,000 people?
Yeah, something like that, a ridiculous amount.
Yeah, and I was like, nah, there won't be that many people.
Especially that night with the wind. I think I had leaves in my hair, dust in the eyes, all sorts.
Exactly. It was actually pretty nasty standing on the street. We couldn't last. How long did we last? Maybe 25 minutes? 20 minutes?
Yeah, maybe, if that.
Yeah. It was probably about 3 minutes, but it felt like 20.
Thank God for backup plans.
Yes, exactly. Botanic Bar, we ended up heading there. So if Little Miss Dive Shop fails on the 28th, if all else fails, head down to Botanic Bar. What do? We just kind of walk down the streets and just
Africola was buzzing and
yeah.
Everywhere else was going. It was a popular night to be on the town, I reckon.
It was. Even though the wind and the rain and yeah, oh well. But yeah, their cocktails are awesome.
They are.
What?
The autumn menu.
Autumn menu, yes.
If you're feeling a little bit leafy at the Botanic Bar.
Yeah, my cocktail had apples in it and yours had leaves all through it.
Leaves and rhubarb essence and all sorts.
You sound like you're a chef, maybe.
I try.
Budding chef. Well, you were saying that you wanted to start up recipes.
I do.
That would be cool. It's like, okay, can you describe to me what you had for breakfast this morning, Liv?
Oh, gosh. I had a chia seed porridge with warm almond milk and red gum honey infused with persimmons and a sprinkle of cinnamon.
It's just perfect. Maybe you should go on MasterChef. Oh my gosh. It's like, what did you have for breakfast, Britt? Oh, yeah, I had a piece of toast.
Vegemite.
Yeah, no, it was, what was it? It was marmalade. I had marmalade.
Orange?
It was good.
Lemon?
Oh. Yeah, it was good. But see, it's just like lemon-infused marmalade smeared over the crusty bread. Like,
nice try.
Yeah, no. It's just not going to happen. I like your persimmons. Actually, speaking about the chia pudding, though, I had the best chia pudding the other day at Pollen on King William Road. Have you been there before?
I haven't.
No? They're Pollen, they're all, it's a vegan cafe. So vegan, vegetarian, all the rest.
They don't use honey, do they?
I don't know if it's natural or not, but yes, I think they do. I think they do have honey.
That's a controversial vegan issue.
Yeah, it is actually. Because are vegans allowed to have honey or not?
Well,
do you know?
I don't know. Cruelty to bees.
Yeah.
Still an
is it
animal
cruelty
product.
to bees though?
I don't know. I think it's kind of nice. The bees are dying. Let's embrace the hives.
Yeah.
Let's all produce honey and treat the bees with a bit of love.
Yeah, exactly. But having a hive, that shares love to the bees, doesn't it?
I guess so. I guess it's more the matter of taking the honey out. It's a bit disruptive. They just sort of go on in there and steal the good stuff.
Yeah. Well, what were we talking about? The hive, beehives. Is it called hive?
Yes, Flow.
Flow.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
The new innovation where you flick the tap and you've got honey on tap.
Straight out of the tap. Honey on tap.
Look, isn't that just a great thing though? Because we were talking about how that's such a good thing for your health as well to have local pollen because it acclimatizes you to the pollen in your area. So hay fever sufferers out there, we're coming up to spring pretty soon. Maybe invest in a little flow hive.
Because that doesn't disrupt the bees. Is that the whole concept?
That's the concept.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's smart. I like that.
It's bee friendly. It's pretty. Honey on tap.
Maybe Pollen should get some of that. And with the name as well, it would just be really fitting.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what their honey is like, but their chia pudding is awesome. It had like grapes and it had raspberries all through the actual pudding itself. But then it had like a topping, which was all seeds and nuts and flowers, and it was just gorgeous. It was
Oh,
so
you're
nice.
making my stomach rumble.
It was so beautiful. But yes, perfect breakfast.
That's what you want.
Mm.
You got to start the day right.
Exactly.
Beautiful food. It has to look the part as well as taste the part.
Exactly.
Is that vain?
No, it's not. Well, it has to be appealing. It's like it's like you have to have in a relationship. You have to have the attraction as well as the personality and person and all of that. Like, you're not going to go out with someone ugly. Well, I don't think anyway.
So you're not going to eat an ugly chia pudding?
Exactly. It's just not going to happen.
I always do get very frustrated when I'm making pancakes and they don't flip right and they just break and turn into a crumpled mess of pancake mush. It's just, you don't want to eat that.
No, and that's the worst start to your morning.
It is.
No, I don't make pancakes anymore. I make crepes because crepes are easier to flip.
Really?
Yeah.
You'd
'Cause
think
it's
it'd be the opposite.
You reckon?
Well, because they're thinner.
Yeah, but there isn't as much stuff to flip. There's not as much pancake mixture.
So are you a spatula flipper or a flip it in the pan?
I'm a spatula flipper and then flip it in the pan.
Oh, so you can throw it up in the air.
Yeah, but I have to make sure it's spatula flipped first, otherwise just stuff goes everywhere. And Mum's not too impressed. There's pancake all over through the kitchen. Yeah, it's just not a good look. Not a good look at all. Can you flip with the pan?
Look, I can't even catch a bowl that's thrown at me, so we don't try these things in my house.
You never know. You could be a natural, like the chef thing you've got going. So maybe it's just not the sport area.
I'll report back next week.
Okay, good idea. Good idea. Keep listening. This is Sensible on Adelaide, and up next is Alpine with Shot Fox.
Welcome back to Senses on Adelaide. That was Churches with Never Ending Circles.
And first up was Alpine with Shot Fox. Now, we're discussing Little Miss Dive Shop at the moment and drinking venues in Adelaide. Little Miss Dive Shop is actually having their farewell, which is on the 28th at around 7 o'clock, it says it starts. But after our experience, we reckon get there at maybe 12 in the afternoon.
Unless you like waiting in lines.
Yeah.
Long ones.
Yeah.
That go around corners.
Some people could like that. You never know what people are into. Like, I guess it's a good experience, like a good time to sit there and reply to messages and catch up, or if you
wait for your late friends. Me.
Well, yeah, all of that, all of the above. You never know what people like. But if you're looking for something to do beforehand, if you really don't like lines, for one, or two, don't like getting places early, and you want to have some prees, there are some pretty awesome prees going on at the Thebby Theatre. Hot Dub is back again for 2016. So the 28th of May at 7, that starts.
Have you been to a hot tub before, Britt?
Yeah, I have.
How was it?
It was awesome. I went last year to the one at Thebby Theatre, and it was actually so cool. It just goes, it's just constant feed of music, and it just kind of feeds through each track, and you start, I reckon you start 19 or 1800s, very like early 1800s, maybe even earlier than that. I actually don't remember, to be honest, but it's like you go back and you go through the 60s, you go through the 70s, and you have the different songs, like the trademark, like hard hitting, awesome songs of that century. And yeah, it's fun.
It's not too grimy, not too many people falling over you.
Oh, I don't know. You have to not mind people being on top of each other. It's very smushed. Like, everyone starts out a bit like, yeah, this is cool, I'm just chilling here. And then next minute, everyone gets a few drinks into them and they're like next minute on the stage. But but no, it's good fun. And the Thebby Theatre, you can go up into the pews, like up the top. So you can go right round to the start of the stage looking over. So that was cool. Like you felt like you were like a VIP up in the corner. Have you been into the Thebby Theatre before?
I have.
Yeah. So you know how you can go right to the front where the seats are, right in the level 1 seating? It's like around the balcony area there. So you can like look over everyone. It was the funniest thing when we were there. We spotted some people that we knew in the crowd and we sent them a text and they didn't answer the text. And so we just threw one of our glow sticks at them and they caught it, like saw it coming down and caught it and looked up and we were like, hi. And they saw us. I don't know how. Like there are that many people there. How does that even happen? I don't know. But
small Adelaide.
Exactly.
Well, the last time I was there was a Cat Empire show, I think, and some girl was just about falling off the balcony, flashing.
What happened?
I don't know. She was just really keen to flash.
Oh my goodness. Gosh, if she's listening now, like you did well.
You
Definitely
did well.
Caught Liv's attention.
I remember that.
So how were they?
They
Cat
were
Empire?
good. They were very loud, like really loud. But it was a good show. Yeah. Lots of really long instrumentals. And the supporting acts were really cool too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the Thebby Theatre is really cool, actually. There's another event that's happening there this Saturday, actually, which is the BAMP Film Festival. Have you heard about it?
I have a little bit. It
Yeah.
looks amazing.
I know. The photos that you can see and, like, the teaser videos look so good. I can't believe it. I went to a similar one, which was called the Ocean Film Festival, and it's just... it's a world tour that goes around. They have little segments of people's videos. So they had some that were 6 minutes, some that were 46 minutes. They had a really broad range, and it went for about 2.5, 3 hours or so. And it went through like the life of these whales and the pods that were living there. And then one story was about her name's Brown Surfer Girl, the Indian surfer, and she was like the first girl who was an Indian surfer to actually surf in India. So everyone was like, oh my gosh, what's going on? Like, how are you doing this? And there was another guy who was hilarious. He was a French, I don't even know what he was. He was a French man, I guess. And he built this boat called the Gold of Bengal, and he made it out of all natural materials with his friends who were engineers, and spent 3 or so months traveling through the sea, and it was just incredible. So the
like the life of Pi.
It does, yeah. It was like the life of Pi. He looked like Pi.
He did.
Yeah. So that was amazing. So the Banff Film Festival apparently is on that kind of level, if not better.
Wow. And there's something so appealing about snow for Australians. You always want what you can't have.
Exactly. But I just can't get over it. Like the mountains just look amazing.
They do.
They're just so pretty.
There's something a bit terrifying about snow and mountains, though. I think I've watched too many episodes of I Shouldn't Be Alive.
What's that?
You know the show where they have near-death experiences and then it's reenacted and the real people are sitting there talking about how they had to chop their own arms and legs off and fell down cliffs and...
That actually sounds kind of interesting. It's something I'd like to watch, but it's kind of squeamish at the same time.
Squeamish, but great.
You're listening to Senses on Adelaide, and that was Dire Consequences by Clee. Now, I think there are going to be some dire consequences for everyone else if they don't get in fast with the Flume tickets on at the moment. Have you bought your ticket, Liv?
Not yet.
No.
How are they looking?
They're looking okay at the moment, but it's all best available. It's all standing, like general admission, the whole thing. So... there isn't like a best in, best dressed kind of thing. It's just if you get your ticket, you got to get there early.
Oh, you've already got yours?
I am prepared and I am ready.
What date's that?
It's the 12th. No, it's not. It's the 17th of December. So it's 7 o'clock at the Adelaide Entertainment Centre.
That'll be a good night. He's released some absolute bangers.
Absolute bangers. Seriously, some good tunes. So, yes, definitely looking forward to that one. And we will hit up Say It, which is his new song, in just a sec because we've run out of time, unfortunately.
Oh.
So, I know. We'll have to catch you next Wednesday. Liv's going to pop in again for a few little chat sessions and we'll see how it goes for the rest of the week.
Perfect. Look forward to seeing you guys next week. Thanks for having me, Britt.
No worries, Liv. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday and rock out listening to this track by Flume. Catch you later.